Good morning. Let's try this for the second time. I hope it works a little bit better on the laptop this morning. I wanted to welcome everybody to Heritage Kindergarten for the 2020-2021 school year. It's a little bit different this year, but I have every confidence that it's going to be memorable and wonderful. We had a wonderful first day yesterday, everybody, including myself. We were all very, very tired at the end. And we're looking forward to another great day. This year is my 8th year teaching kindergarten at Heritage, and I missed it so much for the last 6 months, so I'm really happy to be back. Miss Kim is our aide this year. She worked in my class 2 years ago, so she knows the drill, and she's a wonderful, wonderful asset to have in this classroom. I very much encourage an open door policy this year, especially because it will be a little bit different with some of the challenges that we're tackling. So please don't hesitate at any time. So we wanted to talk a little bit about what's so special about Heritage and the different kind of benefits that you can expect with having your child in kindergarten here. So let's see if this works. All right, next slide. No, there we go. Oh, perfect. So we really focus on having an environment that's developmentally appropriate. I worked with the last kindergarten teacher a few years ago to recreate our curriculum, and we've incorporated a curriculum that's child friendly. I worked in public school before, and I love public school, but I was quite sad to see that a lot of the most beneficial opportunities for learning were kind of taken away due to standards or half day, things like that. I see children just flourish when they're given opportunity to play, opportunity to have social interaction, and just freedom to create and explore. We, of course, work on all the academics, but we do it in a way that is not going to cause frustration, that's going to build confidence, that is really going to open them up to be brave and try new things. Writing especially, we do kid writing, and when we start every year, the students are very upset because they don't know how to write something. They don't know how to write words. And we take it back to the beginning and explain that writing is more than just words. You know, you're telling a story, and how can you do that? You can do it maybe through pictures. Can you draw a picture? And then maybe you can label the picture, and maybe you only know one letter of the word, and that's all right. So the students backtrack and understand that we're not expecting them to be perfect writers right now. We think what's most important is that they're expressing their story somehow. So things like that are very important in our class. And honestly, writing is one of my favorite things to do with kindergartners, because once we get them to a point where they feel confident and comfortable, they have so much to say. And they can, again, do it in different ways. They have such creative minds. And by the end of the year, they are just very excited and courageous in their attempts at writing. And they do a wonderful job. So we keep everything individual. I know each child, and I know where they are and where they can be pushed and where they need a little bit more encouragement. We work very hard on the foundational skills. So for reading, I know reading is a big thing at this age, and I know as parents you're probably very worried that maybe your child isn't reading, maybe there only know letters. That's all right. This age is a mixed bag, and I say it every year, but there's a day when things click. And when that happens, you'll find so much relief. Like, oh, this is what I was waiting for. They do know how to read. We can't really force it before it's ready. So what we do is we just really enforce the foundational skills, the letter recognition, the sound recognition, and they're so comfortable in those skills that reading becomes very natural when their brain has developed. We have a very nurturing environment here. If you've been in this school before, hopefully you know that. We have small class sizes, which is wonderful. We have 11 in this class this year. We also have teacher aid and Christ-centered educators, which is very important, especially when it comes to things like discipline or working through peer problems. We're really able to bring God into the equation and, touch on empathy and everything. And even, especially this year with everything being so different, we can really reinforce the protection of the Holy Spirit and, how even though times are scary, we are safe. God has a plan for us. We're going to get through this. So I think it allows for a much more nurturing environment in our school, and it allows me as a teacher to be more nurturing in a way that really just, how do I want to say this? Kind of reinforces the Christ-centered way that these students have been going to church or have been in this school in their home life, etc. This is very awkward talking to a computer, so hopefully you forgive me on that. We are very big on the importance of play, and it's Friday, and every Friday we have Free Play Friday, which is the best. So for 45 minutes every Friday, the children are allowed to play with everything, which is great because then we have quarantine bags for the toys that we use throughout the week, but then on Friday, they all just get put away and they're safe again for when we come back to school. We've done a lot of interactive workshops and studies and research on the importance of play at this age and through elementary school. And one of the things that we learned is the little 20-minute chunks or 15-minute chunks, it was not enough for children. And it caused a lot of frustration and it stunted a lot of growth. They, on average, need about 20 minutes just to figure out what they're doing, to build the Legos or to build the structure out of blocks. Then they start playing. So if we were shutting them down after 20 minutes, they never got to actually play. They were just creating. So that's one of the most beneficial things for children this age is to let them play. And sometimes it'll be in the classroom with lots of toys. Sometimes I bring them out to a field and they have the field. And last year, one of the last things my students did with me is we were out in the field and we'd been learning about eagles in Discovery Garden, and they collected all these big sticks because we had a big storm, and they created this big eagle's nest all together. Things like that they're worth their weight in gold. It's some of the best things that I as a teacher get to experience. We also incorporate STREAM, which is science, technology, relationship with God, engineering, art, and math. And with these, we try and include, 2 or more of the letters with what we're working on. So if we're doing science, we can also integrate art, or if we're doing engineering, we can also integrate math. So we're trying to incorporate all of these. Kids thrive in this kind of learning environment. They completely embrace all of these things. We encourage them that I feel like there's something breaks as they get older, and like science is seen as masculine and art is seen as feminine, and this really encourages them that it's for everybody at different levels. Like I as an adult know I'm not great at engineering, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy aspects of it. So we work really hard on this. If you want to sign your child up for kindergarten enrichment on Wednesdays, they really focus on this a lot for the afternoon, and it is a lot of fun. We have our outdoor classroom, Discovery Science. You're welcome to walk through the gardens at any time when there's no classes out there. So this year, Mrs. Dennis will be teaching Discovery for both kindergarten classes. I'm teaching computer science for both kindergarten classes. And then Mrs. Dennis is teaching Bible to both kindergarten classes, and I'm teaching art. So we're trying to play to our strengths a bit more. I know I'm teaching computer science and I couldn't get this to work, but I swear I can code a website and everything like that. It's just not these are not the equipment that I usually work with. So Discovery Science is great, and we have the availability of an indoor space as well in case the weather is not cooperating. Curriculum that we use Land of the Letter People, Handwriting Without Tears, and DigiBlocks. So if your child has been here before, you have seen those, that curriculum used. We'll build upon it. We also do Reader's Workshop, Writer's Workshop, Everyday Math, which is used in some public schools, calendar counts. We have a Bible curriculum. Like I said, we also do computer and coding. And we do kid writing as well, which is phonetically based. So if you see papers come home where the children have written things, you might see my writing underneath. That is not in any way to correct them. We do not correct them. It is so that you know what they have written, because we might be really great at reading 5-year-old writing, but I'm sure that it's not as familiar for you. So I will be sending home a schedule today. Our schedule this year, I'm really excited about our schedule. I think it works really well. And this is just a rundown of some of the curriculum that we go through. We are completely in line with Pennsylvania standards. So you can expect your child to be ready for their next year of school without any problems. And that's about it. I'm almost out of time for this app. I know that was fast. If you were to come in person to the kindergarten information night, it's like an hour and a half of me talking. So please, if you have any questions, just let me know. We will be sending home homework each week, and it's not mandatory. However, I think it's great, and it's a great level for the kids. It's a little packet, so it helps them with time management, and it lets you see what they should be lining up with. A lot of times I find that parents think kindergarten is more first grade, and that's kind of what public school has made us believe. But what they're required to know, what we expect them to know, is a little bit different. I have never had a student go to first grade after this and not be prepared. I actually hear the opposite from their teachers and the parents of, oh my goodness, my child, they said, was way ahead. So things like that, it just reinforces that we're taking it at the right speed, we're doing the right thing with incorporating play, etc. So before this kicks me off, very excited that you're all here this year, very excited to be in person. The kids were so incredibly happy yesterday with just being around other kids. Very chatty yesterday. I don't blame them. So yes, anytime that you have any questions, any concerns, please don't hesitate. You can reach me by email. You can reach me through the Seesaw app as well. And if you're having any trouble with the Seesaw app, just let me know, and I can send you a QR code that I can print out. So that is it. I'm going to go get ready for our morning. I hope you all have a great day.